What's going on, crime fighters? Everybody, obviously, I haven't said crime fighters in ages. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's so funny.
That
Yeah.
slipped out. Yeah. That kind of
Crime
slipped
fighters.
out.
Oh my God.
Right. Good God. Throwback Tuesday. But I'm going to put the on there. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Knight, and welcome to the Film Cave, episode number 55.
Yes. What's up, everybody? This is gonna be a quick one.
Yes.
We'll just let everybody know that now.
That's putting it very, very mildly. Andy, yes, you can, you bastard. But yes, like I said, thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching here live and or on playback on YouTube. We appreciate the support. We hope you guys enjoy the show. We have a few topics for y'all, not a lot. Like we said, today has been drier than a nun's ass when it comes to movie news. This week has been ridiculous.
Yeah, correct.
We'll try to make the best of it for sure. But like I said, thank you. If you like what you see here, if you like the conversation, like the interactions, and during live chat, communication, all that good shit, the easiest way, the simplest way, and the cheapest way to lend your support is to hit that subscribe button. We highly appreciate it. That thumbs up really helps the show reach a lot more people, and hit that notification bell to be reminded when all episodes drop and you can see our faces every week. I know you want to. But anyway, yeah, man. That's what we got. How are you? What's going on with you?
I'm relatively okay. I will admit I do have to go to a funeral tomorrow, which is not going to be fun.
Always lovely.
Yeah, I have to travel for that. So yeah, I mean, shit's going down. Life is life. But yeah, everything seems to be okay. Weather is trash over here in the good old Texas.
It's trash here too. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's really god awful.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah. Alrighty. So with that being said, are you ready?
Shall we Let's do the dang thing.
Let's do the goddamn thing. For those of you who do not know, me and Logan are a couple of what?
Fucking nerds.
A couple of fucking nerds. We love to talk about movies and film. And sometimes we do it in goddamn day. We love it. But there's sometimes, we want to switch it up a little bit. There's other aspects and genres out there that, we're passionate about, like to talk about. But sometimes the world of film still rears her beautiful head into the conversation because
she's a jealous ass bitch.
We got some slowness, and then boom, it just dropped. Yes, she's a jealous ass bitch. So yes, this particular segment is what we like to call. At first, it didn't want to pop up. I got scared. Out there in the world, yeah. Out there in the world. Extra tag.
Just there it is, the little quick one.
Little quick one. Had to get it out. I felt it in my soul.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a particular way in which we do, a particular fashion in which we do and go about out there in the world. Logan, would you like to tell the people at home that may be watching what particular fashion that just is?
That would be traditionary fashion, my friend.
Yes, good goddamn it would be. So, in said fashion, do you have anything you would like to start us off with?
Yeah, I have, slightly. First thing, can you check your mic? I don't know if you're on the right mic or not. But I had kind of a funny weekend this weekend where I had my cousin come hang out with me.
Yeah, that's the right one.
And okay, cool. I had my cousin come hang out with me, and he's 18, massively into movies, probably because of me. And we were hanging out and trying to figure out what movies he hasn't seen that are great. And it was funny because I'm scrolling through my movies anywhere, and I was like, what about Straight Outta Compton? Have you seen Straight Outta Compton?
Hey, what's going on, Fry?
And he was like, oh no, I've never seen Straight Outta Compton. He's like, I have no idea about, who they are. He's like, I know that's Ice Cube, but he's like, I don't know anything. And I was like, oh shit. Because I made Hannah watch it like a week and a half ago. And I love that movie. Like I really love Straight Outta Compton. And so I was like, we're throwing this on there right now. And and we throw it up there, and it's so funny because, like, first of all, like the music in that movie, like the beats are they are so hard,
Oh yeah, they
and
go
like
hard as fuck.
they sound so good. And like it was funny because he has no idea about NWA, nothing. And so
What?
yeah, I mean he's 18. He's an 18-year-old white
And
kid. So
history.
no, but
History.
that's the thing is when I tell you he's been listening to the album all week, like
Oh, that's
I mean,
hilarious.
it's all which that's exactly what I did, and that's I've been listening to it too because he has been. So I'm like, it really is awesome. So anyway, it was funny because like I loved how hyped he could get off of not knowing he has no idea about EZE, AIDS, none of that. So
Oh
he's just
shit.
in this movie, and we end up getting to the point where obviously you have the cop confrontation, and
Yeah.
they write "fuck the police," and then when that performance in Detroit when hey yo Dre, what up? I got something to say. And like it's just fucking like all the shots, like it's fucking
I
beautiful
got
because
something to
they're
say.
like sweeping over the crowd, and then they go behind Cube and then come right in front of his face and just boom, and he says that. And my cousin literally like he was like, "Oh, I just got chills." Like he was like in it. Like he was so in it. And then Lake Keith shows up later, and he was like, "Oh my god, is that Lake Keith?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And he's like, "Oh my god, I wonder what he's doing." And he's "Hey, what's up, man?" And he's like, and Suge is like, "Who the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Oh, this is my boy Snoop." And my cousin was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, he got so hyped. It was awesome. It was so awesome. So he loved the
That's pretty
movie.
dope, actually.
He uh it ended, and I was like, did you get the parts where like bye Felicia, and like it's because he's writing Friday, and he's like,
Mm.
"What's Friday?" I was like,
Oh my god.
I said, "What now?" I was like, "You talking about one of the movies that like shaped who I am as as a human being?"
This is insane. Yeah, we
And
cannot have this.
And he's like, I know "Bye Felicia." He's like, everybody says that, but he's like, yeah, I've never seen Friday. And I was like, your homework is to watch Friday. And it was funny because then Hannah
Your
comes home.
mission, if you choose to
She's
accept.
she had never seen Friday, and so her and I watched Friday yesterday, and so did he, and we just had an absolute blast. Friday is so fucking funny. Oh my
That's
god,
amazing. You
absolutely.
tell the bitch, whoever she is, when I see her, I'ma be in the
Who the
ass.
fuck is this bitch? Yeah,
When I
so
ride that hoochie mama. Oh my god,
I'm
yeah,
just I'm
I
in
love it.
like a full on Ice Cube mode. Straight Outta Compton's fantastic. Friday obviously is just phenomenal.
You skip triple
Uh,
X, no triple X.
and no, I passed on the Triple X. I've never seen Boys in the Hood. I need to watch Boys in the Hood.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Bro.
So I
Man, if they don't know, they don't
um
show. Don't, oh, come on. Gotta
but
watch it.
because
Ricky!
Friday is on HBO Max. So if you're interested and don't
Yeah,
own it, you can watch that. But Boys in the Hood I would have to buy. So I'm looking at it. We'll see what happens.
it's classic. Very
Rotten
much so.
Tomatoes is like real good on it, like 90 something. So
Wow, that's surprising. Usually they hate good movies, but
right.
but no, that one's really good.
Okay.
You'll love uh Boys in the Hood for sure. It's
Gotcha.
everybody just young as fuck and in their prime and just doing it, starting out and everything. It's great.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pure Ice Cube. Like
Right.
I believe that was his first movie.
Correct.
I think. So
Well,
he's very
okay.
much Ice Cube.
Because one thing that was so funny is watching Straight Outta Compton, and I'm talking like I watched it with Hannah, and I realized that when they make Boys in the Hood and the albums are getting pressed, F. Gary Gray makes an appearance, and he's the guy on the radio that's saying, "Hey,
Mm.
Boys in the Hood has been on the radio #1 for 6 months or whatever it was, 6 weeks, whatever he said." And I was like, "Oh, F. Gary Gray." I was like, "That's the director." And so then I showed that to my cousin when we were watching it, and then we're talking about Friday, and I realized
He did
F.
that
Gary
too.
Gray directed Friday, and he's in it. And I was like, oh my God, like it never clicked. And so it was awesome. Like, I just think that's so freaking cool. Cause then I watched Friday and he's, the guy that runs the convenience store and he's young as shit, right along with, Ice Cube. And I'm like, that is so awesome.
Yeah,
Cause I was watching all the behind the scenes stuff on Straight Outta Compton and everything. So yeah, it was great. Absolutely
that's funny.
fantastic.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Now I want to watch Friday. I think
Like
I'm gonna do
trying to
that.
explain, like, because my cousin was like, well, what is Friday? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's an absolute classic. I mean, it's, neighbor, like broke ass neighborhood. Everybody's smoking weed and, selling it. And you got the neighborhood bully that's a giant motherfucker on a squeaky ass bicycle. And he's like, what? And I'm like, everybody's got him.
What your chain, fool? My
And,
grandmama gave me this chain.
I just,
Oh man,
do
it really
like,
sucks they didn't bring that back with Chris and all that. Fuck.
I know, but that freaking movie, like Debo with he's got his like dirty ass underwear when he's going to try to,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like he uses the
Trying to get money
straw,
from you.
like all that
And then
shit.
puts it back in his shit. He drinks it.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah.
like come
I mean,
on.
it's just like I love how everybody was giving it their A game of like not giving a fuck. Like
Oh yeah.
it doesn't work unless you just go 110%
Even
of.
young ass Regina King.
Yes, exactly. I mean, because that pops up with Hannah. I was like, Watchmen, and she was like, "Oh my God, that is." And the girl, Megan Good, who is one of the Shazam people, when they, she is one of the little girls that's trying to buy snacks.
Oh, from what? From Big Worm?
Yes.
Oh, she is. Oh, I didn't peep.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, "Oh my God, is that?" I was like, I couldn't remember her name, so I had to Google it. But yeah, so Megan Good is
Oh
like
wow.
5 years old or something crazy on there,
Let me see if
and
there's a picture of her on here. I didn't even know
yeah,
that.
they
That's
definitely do.
hilarious.
It's so funny. So
Actually, I think I might have seen it. Isn't she wearing like a backwards hat or some shit?
yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so funny to realize, like looking through all that, because obviously you have a young ass Chris Tucker.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
just it's just the cast is fantastic. Like finally getting Hannah to like, because how many times do I
Oh
go,
yeah, that's her.
Miss Parker, and like I do that all the time, and like it's
The
just
Lord is my shepherd. You know what I want, Miss Park.
having freaking like just so many good people in that fucking movie. So I love it to death. Bernie Mac, obviously, like rest in peace.
Yep.
I just
Faison Love and
it's so good. So
everybody.
yeah, just giving a shout out
God damn.
to Friday because it's so fucking good. It's
Oh,
one of the
it's
best.
much needed.
Yeah.
Much needed. Boy, better put some water in that shit.
Yeah, don't throw that away, boy. And he comes back in and his mom's making like an incredible meal and he's like, oh, let's
Right. Some
go.
leftover pork chops. And it's like, oh, where mine at? What?
He said, I ain't make nothing for you. It's for me, boy. Oh man.
I love that book. Okay, I'm definitely
It's
gonna watch it
so
later
good.
now.
It is
Thanks for that.
and it's short. It's an hour and a half. I mean,
It's mad short.
it is
Like,
quick to the point, and that's what it needs to be.
yeah.
It is so good. Like, and obviously, like, it's not a fucking phenomenal movie or anything, but like,
Oh,
it
no.
is incredible. Like, I love it to death. So,
And fucking Nia, it's Nia Long too, right? Yeah, Nia Long. Yeah,
yeah,
she's the one that Craig's after.
yeah.
Young ass Nia Long too. Jesus.
I mean, that's what's so funny is like real like I'm guessing F. Gary Gray was like up and come like he kind of seems like a Ryan Coogler for that time where somehow he just had connections or something. Like I don't know what movies he did before that, but
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
him and Singleton around that time. That was
yeah,
like the shit. Back then, in terms of like black filmmakers just doing
yeah.
everything, were
It
those
was
two, especially Singleton.
it was funny talking to my cousin though, because he's film buff. Like he literally watches movies way more than me. Like he is all about it. And I was talking about Friday, and I was like, I'll be honest, I was like, I have no idea. Friday might be the cheapest movie ever made because it's like 3 houses in a convenience store, and that's it.
and
And I'm like,
in
it
the
is
street.
like,
And that
yeah,
is
I
it.
mean, it is one block somewhere, and it is
Mm-hmm.
porch, living room, bedroom for 3 houses, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
I just think that's awesome because you can do that. You know, you write a good script, you can simplify it and make it to where it's cheap as fuck, and it's still hilarious. So, yeah, I dug it a lot.
So I wish I could say the same about the the sequels, but
I have fond memories of the second one, but I haven't watched it in
yeah,
a long ass time.
yeah, it's I don't know which one is more. I want to say the third one is more memorable, just because Cat Williams and all of them. They have a
See,
lot more funny people in there,
I just with Mike
and
Epps
Terry
coming
Crews and
in
all them.
on the second, like I when I think of the second one, first thing I think of is when the uncle's like, "You've been smoking weed," and he's like, "Why? What makes you say that?" And he's like, "Cause your lips turning black."
Oh
And I
yeah.
always remember that. But then when Mike Epps is out in the parking lot and who like his fat like Twinkie eating ex or something
Oh,
smashes his car.
yo, no, baby D.
And I just think about when she's trying to catch him and he's running
Oh,
around,
yeah.
he goes, he like jukes her out. And I just like remember like not laughing
Like, I
harder
got
in
your
my life.
bitch. Like, oh, she's spraying the player. She's spraying the pimp.
Like it's just so, and like they
Oh, shit.
the
You better watch
neighbors,
your back.
the Mexican neighbors have that dog, the white dog that
Oh,
like they could just sick on him all the time, and he gives
baby
them
Joker.
baloney. And like,
No more locked doors.
ours in my house.
Gracias.
Oh shit! I can see now. I gotta watch the second one.
Yeah.
Cause
Just
like
do like a Friday fucking
explaining
trilogy.
to my cousin, like I was like, yeah. So the first one's Friday, and I was like, and the sequel is next Friday. And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "What's the next one?" He was like, "Next Friday." I was like, "No." I was like, "Friday after next." And he's like, "Oh my god!" Like it's just they don't care
It
at
just
all.
doesn't
Like,
stop. Nope.
yeah,
They stop caring after a
yeah.
while. Fucking Pinky and all that shit. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a lot.
And like the next one's gonna be a week from next Friday or something.
Or the last Friday. Or
Yeah,
some shit. Probably the last Friday. Last Friday of the month.
yeah. Smoking getting set up on the blind date with Janet Jackson, but
More like Freddie Jackson. What you
is she bald?
like, God damn. Like what? I already ate before I came. Oh
I
shit.
ate
Oh.
twice. He's like, I know you hungry. Go down the street.
I know you're hungry. Just go fucking.
I love it so
Oh
because
man.
it was funny too, like realizing like in terms of like timeline, when did Fifth Element come out? Because Friday was
That came out
95,
much after. It was like 98, 99.
but like I'm thinking about what was the next movie for Chris Tucker? Because I so get
I think it was
Ruby Rod.
I think it was Jackie Brown.
Okay.
So the fifth album was 97.
Okay, so only 2 years apart.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jackie
it's just so
Brown.
funny. I love it.
Oh,
so
Jackie
much.
Brown was 97 too.
Oh,
So
okay.
what did he do right after that, actually?
A great question.
I'm sure like small shit until he finally got like boom.
I mean, I would guess he probably had to film Fifth Element first with all the effects going on.
Oh, he
Like,
was
I
in
bet that was
Dead Presidents. They made
that
a lot of movies in fucking 97. Jesus.
going in.
Right.
But yeah, so shout out to all the Fridays.
Oh yeah, shout out to all of them.
Absolutely fantastic. Ice
Shit,
Cube is
shout
the
out to all the
shit.
Rush Hours too. Shit.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Rush Hour 98. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like his big I'm here movie was that.
Yeah.
Money Train was Money Talks was great. All this shit too. But yeah. Damn. He was a Meteor Man? See?
Rewatch Friday. It's so fun.
Chris Tucker was not in Lights Out. What the hell?
I love the part when Ice Cube is high, and I can't remember what they ask him, but he's just like, "Yes." He like looks right at the camera. He's like, yes.
Oh, I think he was asking for ice for the Kool-Aid.
You want to go get ice or what? Yes.
No water, no melon, no sugar, no Kool-Aid. You ain't got
You never have nothing that goes with nothing.
right, ain't nothing in this house. Yes. Want to go to the store? Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
funny,
Cube
man.
has been trying to make another one, but they're gonna give Chris Tucker a lot of damn money, but he didn't want to cuss. He was back. That was back in his religious phase.
Right, yeah.
When he was doing all that.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah, everybody got to go through at least one, I guess. I was like, boy, if you don't take this $20 million and go make another fucking.
I know, man. Do you know what it like? Simplify it again,
Yeah, don't do nothing crazy.
and it would make so much money. Like,
It would
be great.
make that and give us one more Rush Hour, and then do what you want from there.
There you go.
Or I'm surprised they didn't reboot it. Or they're gonna reboot it with Simu and somebody else. They'll do that.
See, but the problem is, if you make how many are there?
3.
There's only 3. If you made a 4th one, you could inherit. You're like kind of grandfathered in to being able to do a lot of like the very outdated jokes. Like if you watch Rush Hour 3 right now, even that one has like he's like absolutely talking straight shit to those women in that convertible or whatever when he's like moving traffic, and he's like, "Get your fat ass," and like it's like yeah, I mean it's like he is so in so many Asian jokes and stuff. Like I would say keep like you because you can't do that now unless you kept it with the
gay
same
jokes. There's
exactly.
All type of joke. I'm like,
do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Like you can't do that now.
Oh yeah,
that's racist as fuck. But like, it's still one of the funniest fucking things.
Oh my god,
ever.
Absolutely. And just my favorite one on Rush Hour 3. Push the goddamn button.
The little girl.
Absolutely.
So good.
Rush Hour 3 is when they go to the dojo.
And that guy's name?
Oh my god.
It's like the most.
Ooh, you.
Not
you,
me,
him.
you. So
like, are you deaf? No, you is blind. That's what I'm asking you. He's like, you. Yes, not you, him.
And I am answering.
Right. I'm about to whoop your little ass. I'm sick of this.
That's so fucking funny, but so racist. But it works.
Incredibly racist, but hilarious.
Like, that's the thing is they're grandfathered in. It's okay.
I'm not blind, you blind. That's what I just said. You said what? That's what I'm asking you. Shut up. I was like, oh my god.
I'm about to whoop your whole ass. So, like finally he's like, man, fuck this.
You, me, him, everybody has him. I almost kicked his whole ass, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Fuck. Great times.
And then don't they bring out the giant guy that like tried to make an NBA run? He was like the tallest guy in the world at the time.
He was.
He had...
Funny black man. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, that's the only English he knew.
Yes, that's his only line, and they gave him the least martial arts to do.
Correct.
Out of all of that.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh yeah, the scene with the chamber. Oh yeah, I am you, him, I am me. Oh.
And I mean, because even to the point of I don't know if I've ever laughed harder. This is how, aka, this is how stupid, but also hilarious and funny my parents were. When Rush Hour 2 came out, they took my sister and I out of school. It took us in the middle of the day to go see it.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
I don't think I've ever laughed harder in my life than the bloopers after Rush Hour 2. When he's trying to say, like, kind of fish is this? Like, he's like, he can't remember what fish it is in the plane.
Gefilte fish.
Gefilte. And the producer's like, gefilte fish, like screaming at him, like, remember the fucking line. And it's just
like, it's not that hard.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. I just can't. And I just, oh my God. It's so
the all y'all look alike line. Yeah.
See, oh my God. It's hilarious.
All y'all look alike.
Because he fucking hits him.
He punched him straight in the mouth. Oh my god. And that was Zun Sae. She was badass too. Better watch your back. Oh yeah, he won't be in Rush Hour 3.
He won't be
yet.
in Rush Hour 3. Oh my god, is one of the fucking best.
Damn, he won't be in Rush Hour 3.
And they just both bust out laughing. I love it.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, they need another one. They need another one. Jesus.
Which one of y'all kicked me? Golly, man. Facts. So good.
Oh my god.
I miss those kinds of movies. We don't get shit like
here,
that.
I'm Michael Jackson. You're Toto. It's Tito. Toto's what we had last night for dinner. Now give me that shit. Oh shit. That's you down with that, Snoopy? That's dope, right? Oh, Jackie Chan.
Oh my god. That's terrible.
I'm your brother and I'm fly. Oh, this has turned into memory lane.
Yeah, do you have anything for out there in the world?
Oh my god. My face is hot.
Speaking of, I gotta switch that.
Shit, Tony, yo, what's going on, man? Yeah, people are too sensitive now, and yeah, that's also true.
That's right.
Yeah, keeps calling Lee Jackie until Don Cheadle. Oh yeah, that's his name's Lee. Yeah. God damn it! Yeah. We would like to see that Jackie. We would like to see that Jackie. His name is Lee. God damn it!
Oh man,
who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Carter?
Chelsea Clinton?
Chelsea Clinton, Chelsea. I was like, oh, really? Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, got to move on. This is all right.
Yeah.
I don't have too much for out there in the world, obviously. Like I said, none's ass. But I want to congratulate Will Smith and Andrew Garfield for their Golden Globe wins, both their firsts. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That makes no damn sense. But whatever. Powers of be, political. White folks, we get it. But yes, he won for King Richard, and Andrew won for Tick Tick Boom, which now Oscars are looking kind of we'll see. We'll see what those,
I know that's the
nominees.
question is who gets the Oscar between them two?
I would just naturally say Will. I haven't seen Tick Tick Boom or whatever. I'm sure they both bring it, but just Will was just fucking awesome. But I don't know who else would be nominated because I forgot who was all nominated.
It's between them two for sure.
I could imagine because I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch. Everyone's on that fucking dog movie.
My cousin watched that movie. He was like, "That was the weirdest, most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life."
I think it's gonna be Benedict, Peter, Will, Andrew. That's all I really think. Those four I know for sure. And how many get nominated? Like 5?
5? Yeah, something like that.
I don't know who the other would be, but I know those are for sure are a 4 lock because everyone's on Peter Dinklage's ass. And there's, like I said, this dog movie everyone's going crazy for. So,
gotcha.
I don't know who a 5th would be. Let us know in the comments who y'all think the 5th was. If I'm missing anybody, let us know. So congrats to them. Speaking of, we're gonna have a host this year for the Oscars,
apparently,
which is interesting. And they went to Tom Holland. He was one of them, which I was like, okay.
Why don't you get somebody that knows how to host
and won't give away all the winners at the beginning of the show?
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's a great show tonight. I want to say congratulations to King Richard for winning. Oh shit! In his performance, goddamn, just shut it
all
down.
About the spoilers. Yeah.
Right. Who would you want to host?
Oh man, it's a great question. I'm always for a comedian of some sort. Yeah. Or somebody that is at least just outwardly funny.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough, but
I mean, one of mine is he's no longer going to do it ever. Like I'd want Kevin Hart or
I know.
The Rock. I feel would be great too.
The Rock did it.
The Rock never hosted the Oscars.
What did he host?
I don't know, but it was never the Oscars.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought The Rock. What did he host then? Am I tripping?
Wasn't no damn Oscars. But they probably get.
I type in the Rock host and it's like Titan Games. That fucking. I'm like, that's not. I'm not fucking talking about that.
That's not a bad show. Jim Carrey. That'd be interesting. Don't be rude.
Jim Carrey be good. Ryan Reynolds. If you're gonna get an
That would
actor
be
that can
fun.
fucking do it, yeah.
I would love that actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
go all in.
What? Yes, absolutely. Especially if they tribute like Betty White or something, which they are.
That
Then he's
fucking
a good
bitch.
one.
You'd be like, and that dirty whore Betty White.
Right. Facts. Did you see that when after she died, they started resurfacing their little skit with the
Yeah,
proposal? Oh my god, it's so
so
fucking
good,
hilarious.
so good.
I love it. And Sandra too. Gosh, I love her. Have both of them do it. Why not? Have Ryan and Sandra host. Do a dual
I mean,
host.
have Chris Tucker. He'd be funny if you really wanted to,
Yeah. Or if they really want to cause people to trip, get Dave Chappelle.
I was thinking about that, but he would be so like
Ooh.
he would ruin them on purpose. Like, here's
They'll be
why
no
this shit's
different than
dumb as
fucking Ricky
hell.
Gervais.
I mean,
And they love that shit.
he's not for the Oscars though. He can't he's never been asked to do the Oscars. He
Oh,
does,
it's all Golden Globes.
yeah.
Still the same fucking thing.
But that's the thing
Whatever.
is I would have him be my host every year if I could.
I can tell you if Dave Chappelle hosted the Oscars, that rating spike would,
Yeah. Correct.
because they'd watch it to hate, they'd watch it to see what he's gonna say, they'd do everything. If they're
Yeah.
smart, they do it. And give him a trans host, co-host. There you go. And they'd be like, "Oh my god, what's happening?"
Yep.
And then he can actually explain what actually went on in his special, and smart people would understand, like they did in the first place. But sadly, the world's very stupid. And yes, Chris Tucker is not Chris Tucker anymore. This is very true. He settled
Again.
down and is all chill. It's what the power of the Lord does to you. Switches you up. You have anything else, good sir?
Shout out to Clay. That's all I want to give.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, so glad. I'll be perfectly honest.
We
Like,
got both of them back.
I'm literally sitting there going, like, I'm a nervous wreck now watching him play, and I hate that. But it's going to be like that for a while.
When he came down, I was like,
right?
"Ah!"
Came down a little awkward.
I was like, slow down, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because he went fucking in, and like it was an awesome dunk. I mean,
yeah, it was.
But like
that was two motherfuckers. I was like, goddamn.
I was nervous, so I'm gonna be nervous for a while. But good to see him back. He obviously went ham, got all the shots he wanted. So
it's so beautiful. I can't.
It was great.
I just can't wait to just start. It's gonna be Jizz Fest all over the place. Whenever those two play together, it's just so goddamn beautiful. It's sexy basketball. I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. Which is Whew, good lord. But yes, they're back. Kyrie came back. Kyrie also was like showed his ass.
I didn't see anything about Kyrie, which is funny. He
did
good.
Clay kind of overpowered him, obviously in hype.
Yeah.
Because not as much attached to him. But yeah, Kyrie came out and showed his ass for sure. He had a rough start. He was getting back in the swing, but once that was it, I was like, okay, yeah, take off.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was great. Let's see. Do I have anything else? I don't think I do. Okay. Cooling gang. That's gonna do it for out there in the world. If there's anything you feel like we missed, please let us know in the live chat or the comment sections below. We will get to it at the end of the show. Bars. So if there's anything, please, you know what to do. All right, moving on to our topics of the night, because there is so many.
Just overflowing.
Absolutely. I don't know which one to pick first, but I'm going to. So, a long last, we finally got words from the horse's mouth. The one for the internet people have been clamming for ages now. He finally puts to rest. A lot of people, this is the year for putting shit to rest, apparently.
Yeah.
With The Rock, with this gentleman coming up now. It's the year of killing fandom. Fandom hyper requests, it seems like. But Sir Ben Affleck, the best and sexiest and badass and amazing Batman we've ever had in life, finally speaks and tells everyone to shut the fuck up in a very nice way. So he's, going around now promoting his new film, The Tender Bar, directed by George Clooney, which I actually really want to see. There's a lot of like quotes and stuff that they pull in different areas. If you can find others, but I have a really big one here that kind of sums it all up a bit.
Okay.
Because obviously people like, we want Ben back, restore Snyderverse, or Batflick, whatever the fuck. It's all going on. Hashtag galore.
Yeah.
So he's talking to Entertainment Weekly, his cover just came out. And it was actually, we have to thank his very own personal Robin for help making his decision for Matt Damon. He said, with his experience on Justice League and the Joss one we're talking about here, to clarify, I had a really, I'm going to sound really stupid, Nadir,
Yeah, I have no idea.
Nadir, well, whatever, experience around Justice League for a lot of different reasons. Not blaming anybody. There's a lot of things that happened, but really what it was is that I wasn't happy. I didn't like being there. I didn't think it was interesting. And then some really shitty things, awful things happened, which, of course, we all know, with Joss Whedon being a huge, crab-filled dick.
Doucher.
Right. Being a giant it's a giant doucher. I haven't said that in a while, to bring that back. But that's when I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. So we have Joss Whedon to thank for the main, because he was like, okay, I'm cool. I did my Zack shit. I was cool. They're bringing me back. Who's this asshole? Oh my God. And I know he said a few things about the Batman and things like that as well. I don't have the full thing in here. Do you have it up by any chance? Because there's like
Not
5
really,
fucking excerpts, what the fuck it's called, that they put out.
So like I've got one right here. I think it's about the Batman, but this is from years ago, I think, where he said, I looked at it and thought, I'm not going to be happy doing this.
Right.
The person who does this should love it. You're supposed to always want these things, and I probably would have loved it doing it at 32 or something. So yeah, I mean, it seems like it was a mixture of a ton of things, obviously going on with his personal life and everything as well. But it is that thing of, I think kind of the point was, hey, I got cast as the older Batman.
Right.
That's going to make a redemption, and then kind of that be it. And even that, kind of became more work than he was expecting. And, then all of a sudden it's, hey, you want your own movie, all that kind of stuff, and direct it at the same time, write it at the same time. That's a lot to put on a guy that's going through what he was going through. So,
especially, let's see. In fact, I talked to you about it in your. Oh, I want to do. Okay, yeah. So he's basically wanted to do things that would bring him joy.
yeah,
And obviously this Batman was no longer it. But apparently, like it was mentioned before, the Flash is a great way to send him off. He's very happy about that, which is good. I'm glad on his outing he found a way to find happiness and peace with the role again and leave on that note, versus Joss Whedon's bullshit that he gave us and tortured the whole fucking crew. So what do we think about this? So now that the kind of nails in the coffin, do we think it's going to cause uproar amongst, the community? Do we think there's a chance we'll see something back, down the road? Or do you think he's just completely I'm done?
I mean, I think he's done. I think he's kind of learned, because you also got to realize, the Matt Damon thing, I still haven't really heard anything about him specifically saying like, well, here's what Matt did for me. He just kind of says, yeah, I talked to Matt and, he was talking to me about this. But you also got to compare comic book movie roles between the two. And he's looking at Matt Damon and going, you get to play in Taika's Thor world for 2 minutes at a time, because he's a part of the theater crowd. Right. And so he's sitting there going, I would sign on for that. That's fun.
Right.
And stupid, but then you look at, I'm fucking Batman. And I think that he's just like, I'm much more into, he's into different kinds of movies, I think.
Yeah, now.
Because even to the point, if you really want to look at it as well, This is the guy that kind of had to be, persuaded pretty big to be Batman because of the Daredevil experience and
Yeah.
how he got shit talked for years about that. And then what happens? An even worse experience, doing this. So I
Yeah.
definitely I think he's
Or a
done.
character he's idolized since he was a kid. So that
Right.
also fucking sucks.
So I mean, I think he's done. I think the Flash is going to be exactly what he um I bet he had pretty strict stipulations of like, I'll show up in the suit for one scene, I'll show up as Bruce a couple times, and then, phase me out. Like, I'll do some acting and phase me out. And so I think they're going to give him exactly that. And even though it would be awesome to do some sort of multiversal thing later down the line and, have him be an old man Bruce for someone else, it's obviously possible, and money always talks. And if he was in a better spot later down the line, but
Right.
as of right now,
Money and story.
yeah, I'm just going to say right now, he's probably pretty much done.
Yeah, I think so too. Obviously, it's sad, but like I said, he was fucking great. But he's been through a lot. He's dealt with a lot. It is time to hang up the cowl for sure.
Yeah.
I'm curious, I guess, how they're gonna do the Flash. I don't think he's gonna be a quick like suit scene, but what they're shooting, I think is gonna be a lot. Like I said, I think it's gonna have like an opening or mid something where it's just a badass Batman scene that we just get, like action sequence, all that shit, and then that's it. Like you got your nut off, you saw him, he's whooping ass, yada yada yada, and we'll come back to the send off. Hopefully they do it right, or however they send him the hell off. But yeah, for sure, I think he's done. Joss is a fucking monster, dude. He's just he put up like everybody through so much shit. The only person who literally has had their mouth shut this whole time is Jason and Ezra. They're the only ones who have not spoken on Joss like that yet. And it kills me because, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, they're the only two people that have successful possibilities going forward. I mean, because even, Wonder Woman 84 was dog shit. So I think that she's perfectly okay with speaking out and saying, hey, this is what happened. But Ezra's sitting there going, I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I don't want Warner Brothers to look down on me, because that
like,
that
I
is
don't
one
have that
thing
name yet.
Yeah, because I mean, every single time somebody talks out against Joss, that's a hit against WB. I mean, 100%. They allowed and enabled all of that. And they've done all these investigations internally and blah, blah, blah. Nothing's fucking happened. I mean,
did they really?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that there's a point to the fact that we have two movies from the original Justice League coming, and those two main characters are the ones that are keeping their mouth shut. Yeah, I think there's a reason for that.
But it's like, Jason's good. Like, if you want to say some shit, it was like, we don't want to fucking.
Oh God, of course.
No more Aquaman for you.
He should be
like,
the first one.
He's like, bro, all right.
He didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Shouldn't.
Right. I'm one of the most sought after motherfuckers in Hollywood right now. Cool. Fine. Fuck y'all. Ezra damn sure can't do that.
Right.
Because he doesn't have that power behind his name.
They're just waiting to recast him.
Right. It's like, we got you in everything. Like, we got you in Flash. We got you in this fantastic Potter shit and all that. Like, WB owns this man. So it's kind of hard for him just to be like, yeah, that's wrong. So I'm like, okay, cool. Glad you think so. Next. So that will kind of suck for him. But I've been disappointed in Jason recently.
Just because that's not his personality type. Let me just keep my mouth shut on that. That's just not him.
It's like you finally spoke up a little bit with like the Ray Fisher stuff, but you were absolutely nothing with this bitch, and what she did in this film. Yet you fight for other things. It's like, come on, bro. Like, coworker or not, like, this is clearly wrong.
Sure.
And of course the Joss stuff popped up and you didn't say anything about that either. So it's somebody who loves Jason Momoa, it sucks to see that, but I don't know. Yes, it did save his career and sparked a whole new one for Aquaman.
But going back to what these comments are, I'm really hoping in some capacity this does kind of let's kind of calm down on the hashtags to him and calling him out on it and restore the Snyderverse, all that kind of stuff. Because I at the end of the day, what it really is
It gets disrespectful after.
yeah. I mean, the main guy doesn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that everybody loves him. I mean, we all love him, but I mean, yeah, he doesn't want to do it anymore, and you're really trying to push it anyway. So I'm hoping that helps. But also, I think there's a part of it that WB's fucking imploding in a lot of ways.
Oh
And
yeah.
like, we'll see if they can catch themselves. Because it sounds like they're about to throw the kitchen fucking sink when it comes to what's coming next. With obviously we have Aquaman, but the Flash is going to unlock, the Batgirl movie and a Supergirl thing, and this and that, and sounds like they already have a Nightwing and all that. I mean, like, they're going all in.
They are, and it frightens me because I don't want them to fuck up a lot of rising stars before they even get a chance to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
What I really want is Disney to buy the motherfuckers. That's what I really want. Just buy DC. Just fucking finish off your world dominance, and that's it. Because right now, WB is a disaster for DC.
Yeah. Correct.
Bars. So I don't. There's nothing else to be said. And the main man, who's their $1 billion man right now, which is Aquaman, which is Jason.
Yeah.
He has so much shit attached to his movie right now. I don't know what that's going to do.
Yeah.
They're rebooting, scrapping everything in the film world, but not the actual world. So it really makes no damn difference. Because all the still people involved who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And now even with Batgirl. So now, like I said, having Keaton in, and they just revealed this mural thing with him and Robin.
The Robin, yeah.
You're putting all your eggs on Michael. They're going so ass backwards.
This is somewhat of a segue to our next topic, but like, everybody loves Keaton. Like, awesome that they brought him back as Batman. Cool. But seeing the ideas of, okay, not only are we bringing Keaton back, but he's going to have a Robin already. He's going to, with no development prior.
I don't know when the fuck that happened.
Batgirl's going to be a part of this and that. It's similar to me with what they've tried to do with Boba Fett, which is, hey guys, you haven't earned this yet with this legacy character. Like, you should pick him up, continue his story in a strong way, and then like try to build and give us nuance and things like that, to where I don't care about Keaton's Robin right now. I want to see what Keaton's like.
I don't care about Robin at all.
Because if they fuck that up, well, but I care about Nightwing.
Oh yeah, Nightwing, absolutely.
So if I'm like, hey, this guy could become Nightwing at some point, depending on who this is, or does that mean Nightwing's here already? These are questions that I want to know, but also not yet. Like, I'm scared you're going to fuck Keaton up, because the Flash could suck. Could be terrible. We have no idea, just like the Batman could. I mean, we haven't seen the movie. So it's just, it worries me to, like, are we going to get a cameo from somebody like that in the Flash, or are we just going to get that all in Batgirl? Because guess what? I don't know Batgirl. Like, I don't think it's very smart to just drop a bomb of a movie of a character you've never introduced and like expect people to go out, and then you're going to overshadow her with all these other characters to sell the movie. It's a little rough. It's
very rough. And like I said, we're taking all these characters that exist within Ben Affleck's world, and we're making it Keaton's because he's going to come over from the new Flashpoint, all this other shit. They keep going ass backwards with Batman and the Bat family, and it's driving me insane.
Right.
Like, how do you have, and it's all fucking WB, the Batman, all this dumb shit, So you have one that's doing it right for WB under the same umbrella, and then you have the other half that's like, we don't know what we're doing under the same umbrella. Like, so where's the communication here?
Yeah.
Again, WB. So I do agree with that. That does make me nervous, just throwing her stuff in there, and now we have a Robin out of nowhere. Because like Batman and Batman Returns, that's not a Batman set up to have a fucking Robin at all. Nor does that world require or even have, imply they would have one.
Right.
But I guess now we do. So I don't know, man. I just want WB to take a break.
Because what it also, this was something else my cousin and I were talking about, because we kind of went ham on the, him and I both really want Andrew Garfield back for Spider-Man, whatever stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess we could have talked about that with the crazy shit that we're hearing about what Sony wants to do now, possibly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
bringing
that.
everybody out back, which is
talk
terrible.
about that at the end, yeah.
But it was something where we started talking about all the things that we want to see from Andrew, like in his own franchise again.
Mm.
And I started going, fuck, Tom has to do that now. That's where Tom's at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and realizing, oh yeah, where we prematurely cut off Andrew's Spider-Man is where we just cut off Tom's, literally and like storytelling wise. So unless we're going to have two different Spider-Men doing the same shit, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, no. And so then I look at, hey, don't do a fucking Robin for Michael Keaton. Do that in movie 3 of the Batman. Like, let me see that from the beginning, stem up, get full on development. Don't just drop it on me.
I don't want any Robin in any form of live media.
Okay, but like, you gotta see, like, in the Batman world, if we could get a Robin that eventually becomes a Nightwing, I mean, like,
just give me Nightwing and just give like a glimpse story of like his Robin.
See,
like,
no,
Robin,
that's not right. Can't do that.
I don't want to see no little fucker running around in shorts and tights.
He doesn't have to be
Robin.
little. He doesn't have to be like all tiny like that. It could be somebody, a little bit older. But
such a joke to Batman that kills me. But yeah, I get it, story and all that good shit.
Yeah. Let's move on. This episode's depressing.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, before we move on to our the main topic of the evening, if you made it this far, please hit that subscribe button, and we thank you so much for continuing on this lovely journey of an episode we have. Hit that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. We appreciate it so much. All right, so excuse me. Speaking of the Boba Fett, they premiered episode number 2. 2, right?
Yeah. Womp womp.
Yeah. So where this episode leaves us off, and we continue for his reign on Tatooine. We've captured the assassins who whooped their ass, in the middle of the street. Mm-hmm. And we finally meet the mayor. We see Jabba's cousins, who are twins. They come to claim their land after the death of Jabba and Tuna, should say, Baba Tuna, whatever his name is. And then we get more backstory and how we got his black robe and stick and journey with the Sand People. And then it ends. So, sir, I'll let you go first. What did you think of the episode? Let us know.
This show's so boring. So boring. The fact that we are staying so long in these flashbacks that obviously they're going to bring this full circle at some point in this season, but we literally spent 30 minutes in a straight flashback, never going back, I don't think, to present day.
It ends in the flashback.
And we are with Boba trying to get that train. The train sequence is exciting, but I don't care.
Thank God
He's
for that.
alive at the beginning of this episode, way far in the future. I don't care about any of this. He's good. And it literally is all about, like, it's all this slow, let's not talk, let's just walk in the dunes. I'll get some robes and I'll make my little stick that I don't use.
I'm gonna say, does he still have it?
He doesn't have it. He's got his armor and a jetpack. Like, I don't need a fucking 10-minute scene of him getting black robes and a stick that it doesn't mean shit in the future. So I don't know. Like, I feel bad because I'm looking at Robert Rodriguez and I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? Who actually thinks? Like, I get it that there are plenty of fans out here. It looks like Ronan might be one that goes, holy shit, it's Boba Fett. I love it. I'm not sold on Boba Fett. He's had like less than 30 minutes total of screen time ever, like up until this series. And 5 of those are from the original trilogy that everybody loved him about. And he was nothing. And he got his ass kicked. And so, like,
yes, he did.
I like the fact that this whole series so far has been damn near nothing of let's slowly walk, let's be boring, and then all of a sudden it's like, let me teach the Tusken Raiders how to ride a bike, and he's like, hey, he's like Avanta.
Like a panther. I was like,
And
okay.
it's like as soon as I finished the episode, I opened up Twitter and somebody was like, did I ever think I'd see an old man with dentures doing this in Boba Fett? And I was like, oh my God, like it's not Boba Fett. Like, that's not Boba Fett from what you've been showing me. And don't even get me started on the fact that he takes out this train and negotiates with these people and says, hey, you're going to pay them a tax to travel through here. And now I'm going to leave, and neither of y'all can communicate with one another. So hopefully nothing happens, and hopefully you don't bring more people and just kill them all, because that would suck. And like, it just doesn't make any, like, what are you doing? Like, you have to stick around with them if you're going to be like the leader and fucking negotiating on their behalf. Like,
oh, I'm sure they're gonna come back at some point to the story narrative.
Boba Fett should be Star Wars John Wick. I agree. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, is that what he is that what he meant to say?
I think that's what he's trying to say. He's just he's a little slow. But yeah, I would love to know what you think, because obviously I've seen so many people, this is their favorite Star Wars they've ever seen. They love the nuance. They love all these things. And I'm just sitting there. I literally have never been more bored watching anything Star Wars in my life. And that's so frustrating to me. But Sir John, please preach.
As the resident major Star Wars fan, I must say with confidence that I'm not a fan of this show right now. It's not grabbing me, and I'm so trying. Like, I am trying to the best of my abilities, and I'm trying to find things within episodes. I'm like, cool, got it, yes, but it's not capturing me. Like I said, the train sequence was cool. I'm like, whoa, this is much needed action. Thank you.
Right. But you don't care.
It's just like I just want the Tusken storyline to be over with already. Like, we still have to go. We still have to, I'm sure, find out how he meets Finnick along that way. I'm sure we still need to find out how he knows about the armor along that way. Like, I'm sure it's not done anytime soon. We stayed entirely way too long in those flashbacks. This motherfucker had a lizard run in his nose and went off somewhere to grab a tree.
What the fuck was that?
I didn't.
He just came back with the branch, and that was it.
Right. I'm like, wait, where did you go? Like, I thought all of this was like a mental
Yeah.
trip he was doing was like the tree and the waves and getting struggled. Like I was like, okay, he's going through like a journey, mind journey thing right now, like fighting his inner demons, all that good shit. Whatever, cool. This motherfucker literally came back with a branch. I'm like, wait, where did you go? Where was all this? What? Where was all of this? Where? So I was like, okay, sure. We're at the beginning, like I said, the twins show up, which I like that scene. He was like, listen, this is my shit. You can try it if you want to. Like, that's Boba Fett shit. I was like, that's cool.
Right. I
Badass,
want to
cool.
see that story.
Right. One thing I will say, even though there is kind of a negative to it, you can actually see that it's Tamir doing his shit now. Like when his fight scenes, I'm like, okay, it's you. I see your face. You're doing it. On the other hand of that, doesn't look the most convincing.
Yeah.
It's very slow. But the bar one was like the bar fight scene was convincing. Normal speed, you fought, cool, you look good.
Sure.
But like all the other like Dune shit where you fight, it still looks all weird, and he makes these weird faces just to put his arm up and shit. I'm like, this looks weird. But yeah, it's just not grabbing me. And like you said, it really hurts because it's Robert Rodriguez, and I know it's literally fucking Robert Rodriguez. So
Right.
it's like the man is great. It's not, dude, and it's so disappointing because it's supposed to be Boba Fett, and I don't feel the weight, the presence, the magnitude of Boba Fett in this show.
Yeah.
I feel it more in present time, but I feel like every time we go back, it takes away from him.
Right. I don't care at all about the past. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the struggle of, I mean, this is less important to me than, something like Black Widow was, where we know that woman dies a few years from now. And I was way more invested in that than I was this when he starts going back in time, because I'm trying to see the present day storyline that I thought that I was going to see.
Right.
Because instead, we're going to meet back up with Mando at some point, and barely any shit's going to have happened. I mean, he's been in charge for like 2 days. And the rest is every time he goes to sleep, we're going back in time for 3 times longer than the present day scenes. It's ridiculous. I do want to ask you about the Wookiee.
The Black Wookiee?
Yeah.
I no idea.
He's apparently from comics. Something like that.
I guess. I know everybody is in love with him online. I know that.
Right. And
to me, he was just a Black Wookiee going up and snarling at motherfuckers.
He didn't do anything. Cool. Yeah, and I mean,
I thought that was gonna be a whole fight. I'm like, oh shit, let's do it.
Here we go. Yeah.
Nope. Just
because even to the point of I don't know if you remember like the dialogue, but literally like he walks up and it's supposed to go, oh shit, this guy's gonna fuck them up. And Boba just straight starts talking shit to him and is like, you can bring all the gladiators you want, but like, I'm not a sleeping something that you can kill. So apparently he knows this guy and he stabs somebody in the back while they sleep. And it's like, I immediately don't give a fuck about this guy. He's a bitch. Like, and Boba's not scared. So now if Boba gets his ass beat by him, Boba looks stupid, which he's done for 2 episodes now. Of 2.
Yes.
And if he beats his ass, this whole slow motion growling shit is just laughable. So you have a no-win situation right now. Because if anything, what I see when I see somebody in a Wookiee costume is this is going to be a slow-ass fight scene. Because that is a man on stilts in a big-ass suit that can't emote.
I don't think
very
he's
well.
On stilts. I think he's just a big motherfucker.
Okay, maybe. But like still, he ain't going to move fast. I mean,
I don't know. It's to me so far when he's been in the costume, he's gotten his ass whooped. When he's outside of it in story flashbacks, he's whooping everybody's ass. So I'm like, what did you have the armor for then?
Yeah.
Because you're walking around looking badass. Like, I feel like you look more badass with the suit and the helmet off. I'm like, okay, I feel command this presence here. And you speak like you got that gravitas too, like I'm here for it. Then you just keep going away, and then he all smiles and chuckles and hey, back in your fucking flashbacks. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then you get your ass whooped. So I'm like, I just please. And we have another episode tonight, right? Or am I stupid?
Yeah. No. Did it?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know because I literally watched the shit last night, so I thought it was.
Yeah, it's you can
And
wait
that's
another week, I'm sure.
right. That's how you know, because I was in no rush at all to
Yeah.
watch this episode at all, and that hurts me to say as a fucking Star Wars fan, and it sucks, especially for Boba, who has a mark in the lore and all that shit.
Sure.
While I'm watching this, I'm like, I really fucking miss Mando. Like I
Yeah.
miss Din Djarin. Like,
Correct.
and I shouldn't be thinking that or feeling that in a Boba Fett show.
What
And that's what's frustrating.
what is so terrible is going off of what you just said. So Pedro Pascal, very able actor.
Hmm.
Also, rarely takes his fucking helmet off. Okay?
Yeah.
Meaning he does not have to be on set. You can have a very fit, agile person in that suit doing whatever crazy shit you need them to do. Hey, let's do a show strictly based on a 61-year-old man. Leave his helmet off. It's like, no, throw his ass in the suit and get us some good action scenes. But instead, you're putting him in pajamas and having him run around in the sand doing stupid shit in slow motion. And he looks like he's in pain. And I do not understand whatsoever what they're thinking. Because I swear, if this season ends up being, oh, well, we were showing you back in the day because he's going to get the armor taken from him again and he's going to have to go back to the robes and the stick. Could you be any more
not.
fucking cliche, predictable bullshit? Like, that is not a fresh Star Wars story. That is content that you made with an IP for a fucking streaming service. So,
and we already got that. And to be honest, it was fucking much better in his shit in Mando
right.
than it is right now. Because when that motherfucker came up in Mando, it was whooping ass with that stick. That shit was beautiful and savage. I was looking for that in all of this.
Correct.
And I have not gotten that.
All we see is him get his ass beat by Tuskens.
Right. And it sucks because when you see him in Mando, you see his Tamara, whatever.
Yeah.
Doing all this shit. I'm like, cool. He's committed. He's doing it. Yada, yada, yada. This shit. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like,
He's aged 5 years in a year.
Something. Because, my man, if you're making stick movement on a training montage look that slow and weird.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
And
I'm a little worried.
I was gonna get your opinion on this. Kenya said, "What's the time gap between when he got swallowed by the and now?" Why is the name escaping me of what that is?
What, the pit? The Starlight?
Yeah, Sarlacc pit. How long has it been?
I don't know. I don't think we've been told that.
So
from then to through Mando and now, I don't think we've been told that.
Because I thought it wasn't Mando like 8 years after Return of the Jedi or something, or 5 years.
It was like 3.
Okay,
like 3 or 5, I believe was one of those. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the thing too. Is I mean, he walked around Tatooine in robes for years.
Yeah.
Knowing where his armor was.
I don't think he knew where it was. I think he knew Jabba's had it. And that was it. He didn't know until what's his face was walking around with the shit.
But that guy had it for a while.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, it's like that's what I just really wish that they had taken this character and said, "Hey, we reintroduced him." Only flashback I would have been okay with is Sarlacc pit. Obviously, we needed to see that.
Right.
But besides that, take this guy and fucking give us the underworld, like what Ronan was saying. Give us the mafia vibes.
Yeah.
Give us the gangster Tatooine world that we expect when we hear Boba Fett's leading a show and he's taking over Jabba's palace.
Right. It's like they try to give it to us and then they go back to this shit. I'm like, just give me now.
Yeah,
Just give
I
me
do not want
now.
flashbacks.
Yeah, I don't because I'm not like the first was enough. Like the first episode was enough. I can put the
Right.
shit together and know, okay, you've earned the trust, you got this, you get the rope and all that shit. I can put that together easily. I don't need you to show me every step of the way with them. But like I said, I don't think it's gonna end. We still need to find out how he ran into Finnick. We still need to find out how he found out about his armor, all that shit. If they're gonna
Yeah.
do that shit again today, may that be the last fucking flashback to these goddamn Tuscan Raiders that's it. Let it be the last. And then take me,
Yeah.
please. Like I just can't anymore.
So
Like this
Mando
hurts.
is 5 years after
5. Okay.
Return of the Jedi. So he's been walking around Tatooine for 5 years as a Tusken Raider.
There we go. Giving them power and machines and all type of shit. I'm like, okay.
I don't know.
Whatever works, buddy. Whatever works.
Well, it ain't fucking working.
Right.
So at the end of the day, what I really just want to put forth, if this isn't obvious, is I'm not sold on the show. I wasn't fully sold on the show before it even happened because I did not think Tamura was a lead actor, and I didn't think Boba Fett was a lead character. But good God Almighty, I thought it was going to be better than this. Like, I thought because of that, they would say nothing but action. Go John Wick. Like, nothing but action. Let's sell people on this. And they have absolutely done the opposite. And they have said,
Right. And
let's
that's
go
pissing me off too.
slower. Because I'm somebody, obviously, Mandalorian's great. The first season of Mandalorian, I have a lot of problems with that season. And the fact that every other episode, and sometimes 2 episodes in a row, were completely just side mission, complete story. Story begins, story ends in this episode. We're not continuing this, who is this little green thing? Like, we're not doing any of that. And I remember going, who the fuck wrote this? We're getting introduced to a brand new character. It's the first series on Disney Plus ever made for Disney Plus. And this is what you're doing. There's 8 episodes and you're giving us 4 or 5 filler. Like, what? And they've actually done that again, where let's start a brand new series and let's make it boring as shit in some spots. People will watch anyway. And it's frustrating because they're right. And what I don't want to happen is this sucks so bad that the future, I don't watch a show when I should because I'm not excited for it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, that's true.
I'm disappointed for sure. Literally, I watched the episode. Hannah was still getting ready, and she's like, "Hey, how was it?" I said, "You don't even need to watch it," and haven't touched it since. I mean, like, that's very frustrating because she is someone, she loves Star Wars, loves The Mandalorian, and I can't recommend the sequel spinoff show. That's really insane.
And
And
it pissed me off.
I'm not somebody that loved Robert Rodriguez's episodes that he directed of Mando, but I expected a lot better than this.
Right. And like you said, them saying oh, it's gonna have like the most and craziest action, I'm waiting, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like what?
should.
We're still not there. How long? What do you mean the finale? What are we talking about?
Right.
So it's frustrating. We'll see. I'm not completely just over it, done, canceled for the show yet, but I'm
this
treading
third episode
waters.
could really tip me.
I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Please, I beg. All right, so that's going to do it. That's Boba Fett. Now we devote this time to you, those who are watching. Please let us know in the comment section if there's anything you want to talk about that we missed, want to bring up, whatever have you. Now is the time. Now is the moment.
Yes.
So while they're doing that, we're going to come back to what you had mentioned with Sony and them wanting to bring back Sir Defoe and all them shits, because everyone loved him so much. Let's bring him back. Sony's so reactionary.
Bring all 3 back together again. Like, let's get them together again.
Oh, it's all the motherfuckers?
They want the 3 Spider-Men back together again.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with bringing back fucking Defoe. His shit is done. As much and bad at like you ended off with him
Perfectly.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't be any better. Leave it alone.
Like, why do you want
Don't
to
do it.
ruin it?
Yes.
Like,
Don't do it. Oh god.
make the next Defoe Green Goblin. Don't
Yeah.
fucking go back and like, are you that unoriginal? And like,
Yes.
well,
Yes.
that is correct, but it's just like, are you really going to make 3 different multiversal Spider-Men together normal? Like, is that not that is a once every 10 years type of thing if you were gonna
or
do it.
just once.
Yeah,
Or
correct.
just
I mean,
once.
I'm thinking of like Secret Wars, like,
Right.
but still, I mean, it's literally, or like if you're gonna do it, go do spin-offs and maybe introduce different Spider-Man, like Miles Morales to
A
come
ton to
over.
choose from.
Don't just use these. There's 3 in the multiverse. No, like you gotta be fucking kidding me. You have across, the Spider Verse. You know what you're
You got
doing.
2099, you got Miles, you got
Um,
freaking
so
Ben.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I obviously massive fan of Defoe, especially
Oh
as
yeah.
Green Goblin, whatever. But like you cured him at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That was the point of the whole thing.
I saw your tweet. I was dying. Hey Sony, you cured
Like,
you cured him. Yeah, that's pretty
and
funny.
and I saw, and Sam replied and he said, oh, I took that a different way. I took it in a way to where you had to either make him not a villain at all or he's going to die when he goes back.
Right. Or just go back and just continue fucking people up.
But he'll get killed by his glider. I mean, it's like that's kind of how I took it, at least, was that's what was going to happen. So
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
true. If they stayed down that path and did that, yeah, he's gonna go back to what you were going to go back to.
So
Yeah.
you cured him. You stabbed him and injected him with something that made him normal again.
Yeah.
And it was made by Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, who has thought about how to reverse the Osborn Green Goblin serum for years. I didn't fix him. What? Like, is Toby fucking stupid? Like, are you really gonna make him? I
Yeah,
can't, like,
that would fuck up so many things. It's ridiculous.
but because
No.
also, I hate to say this because I love Defoe as Green Goblin, all that kind of stuff, but Spider-Man No Way Home made a ton of money because it was a once in a lifetime situation to bring 3 Spider-Men together. And
Mm,
you just happened to also bring back some good villains and did them in a good way. You also brought back some other villains and
most
you
of
kind
them.
of did shit
Yeah,
with
so
them.
most of them, not all.
Um, but
Yeah.
like, if you bring Green Goblin back again,
Peter Parker.
yes,
Yeah.
that's the lizard. But you bring Green Goblin back again, he's not going to guarantee you a billion and a half dollars. Like,
Yeah, no.
that was because people hadn't seen him in a decade.
Yeah.
You can't do that again
That shit is
in
gone if you
3
do it again.
years.
It's like, okay, cool.
Like, everybody's just going, oh, he's just back. Okay, I'm good then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to go see this. And I don't know who the fuck is running this shit, but like, thank God for Kevin Feige because he's the one going, what the hell y'all thinking? Like,
Like
he's
we
thinking
just
10
had
years from
this.
now.
No.
Yeah.
What?
So it's so frustrating.
It's like let it marinate. People are going to be talking about this shit for years.
Right.
Like just let it rock. Oh, Sony is so horrible.
Like, you're really, or are you really going to go the route of bringing a variant in, which is also stupid, I think? Like,
No, don't just let Goblin be gone until you bring up another one
reboot him.
way down the fucking
Yeah.
line.
I mean, that's what I like is the idea
Shit.
of,
Make it
hey,
Ned or
Sony,
some shit. I don't fucking know.
or even if you were going to do the stereotypical shit, which this is, I don't necessarily want this, but like, if you were going to go get McConaughey and make him Norman Osborn, that is a challenge to him like a challenge to Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, like a challenge to
Ooh.
Robert Pattinson as the Batman, and say, do it fucking better.
Yeah.
You've got something to live up to, my friend. And instead, they're
Yeah.
like, no, just keep bringing that old guy back. Like,
He wants to do it. He wants to do his own stunts. Keep bringing him back. Come on.
yeah, let's just kill him. Like, I mean,
Let's send him to his grave. Come on.
yeah.
Let's make him happy. It's
And I
Jesus.
just, it's
Keep
so
throwing rocks
crazy
at
to
him.
me.
Have him run through walls.
Yeah,
His body can take
exactly. He's got it. He's got
Yeah.
the serum. Oh wait,
He's
we
got-
cured him.
it. Right.
Like,
For what? So he just smacked the wall? Oh shit.
forgot he's just a normal scientist.
What if he made a new one? What if he made a new one because
Yeah.
the normal life wasn't good for him, so he made a new one. I'm like,
Let's just make it. Let's make him Blue Goblin. Let's make it something brand new.
right. Let's give him the mask back again because people love the mask. Come on, let's do it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Which I liked because he's like, listen, I'll come back. Get rid of that fucking mask. Like,
There's a part of me
that's
that
what I
missed
love.
the mask. Like, I wish we got more of the mask.
Oh no, I was done with it.
Just because if there was something eerily creepy about barely being able to see his mouth behind like the mesh, but
That's the
his
thing.
eyes through that shit. Of
That's
like
the thing.
there
You
was a
could always
mystery.
see his mouth, and that bothered me. Like he has his whole
Oh
mouth
no, I
open, and
liked
then
it.
behind it, you can be like, oh, you see his mouth going. I'm like I
No,
just
I
didn't
liked that.
feel anything from the mask. That's why I want Defoe's face. We can emote
So,
everything
I mean,
and
obviously,
see the crazy.
yeah, he's a great actor, but like, so having his face is better, just like a Mandalorian situation. But it's just I liked kind of the mystery of you don't really know what his, he could be sitting there talking to you, and you don't. He could have the creepy face or not, and you don't know. Was kind of a thing, and so I just kind of.
Oh no, he was like, listen, we heard the feedback from years
I
ago.
just wanted a
and I was
little bit
like, hey.
more.
Oh, no, I think it was beautifully done. I think he wanted to do that shit. Because like I said in an interview, he was like, yeah, we've heard the feedback. We know about the mask.
Yeah,
and like
sure.
I wanted to be done with it. So like I'll come back, get rid of the mask, do my own stunts. You got me. He was like, all right, cool. Let's do it. But for a cameo. And then Kevin Feige's like, what the fuck? No, motherfucker. But yeah, I just don't think. So I actually brought this up today in terms of that fight. I think it's one of the best like comic book fights. And they're like in grittiest. Kenya keeps thinking I mean the best of all time. But I'm saying one of. What do you think?
I think
so.
people love it a lot more than me. I'm really not that big of a fan of it, to be honest. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But I like, to be perfectly honest, it's really frustrating to me that we got a bare knuckled brawl between two characters that can fly.
Oh no, I fucking love
and
it.
they never fought in the air.
I don't see, and that's because Kenya brought this up. I'm really, really glad they didn't do that because I've said this before. I prefer grit, bare knuckle shit than stylized, but especially when it comes to fights. We've had tons and tons of Spider movies fighting in the air and it's all stylized and flip, flap, and floop. I want to see this motherfucker's hands get dirty. Like I want you to brawl. I want you to fight for your shit and not be spinning and flipping everywhere. I'm like,
that's not Spider-Man though.
See, there's plenty of times that man went bare knuckle in fucking comic books going crazy. Like, yes, I want to see that.
Or, if anything, at the time of that gritty fight, there was no connection between them. There was no reason for Tom's Peter to be furious enough to bare knuckle brawl him. He should be trying to web him up, trying to be strategic, not jumping on his, shoulders and punching him.
Fuck that. You just smacked me on the steps and threw me through like two walls. You're getting these fists.
But it's a thing of, this is me. This is me. Hindsight's 2020, all that kind of stuff. So I've seen the movie. I've seen what's directly after this. But like, he should be going, I sense stuff. Aunt May is still in this building. I need him out of this building. And instead, it's let's smash through the entire building to get down to where she's going. And that's obviously the story they're telling, and that's the situation they're setting up. But like, Peter Parker has Spidey sense. It's also why the fact that the other two Spider-Men don't show up at that point. It's a little retarded because they should have known all this was happening. But because their villains are here and they should be sensing the fact that, hey, we need to go there. But anyway, no, I think that I think the fight's cool. I'm really there's a few stunts in it that look really bad to me that people are absolutely loving. And notice the biggest one is actually in the final fight where the big flip power bomb thing looks so bad. I think it looks horrible. That's not how physics even works. And
none of it works. It's a superhero movie, but
but
it does
see
look off.
but that's a terrible excuse because that's not true. You can make it look right because you just have a superhuman strength guy that's going to flip and power bomb you. But
oh yeah, I can. Yeah, no, it looks a little off. I'm saying
yeah.
we can't say physics. None of this shit makes fucking sense. But in terms of the execution, it looks a little off. Yeah.
I don't think that I don't love that fight as much as a lot of people do, but it's a great fight. I mean, it's different. It's definitely different than what we've ever seen. So I definitely see that. But I think it's also a part of me that, like you're saying, stylized. Like you don't need stylized. You'd prefer gritty. Whereas the week before I saw this movie, I watched both Amazing Spider-Man, and those fight scenes are stylized and gritty, and in their own way. So it's like,
oh really? You think they're gritty?
I mean,
oh sure.
When you have these, when you have a lizard that's clawed through your suit and you're bleeding everywhere and your mask is off because of all this stuff. I mean, yeah, it was pretty gritty shit, and it looked phenomenal. I mean, and it's about smarts and things like that, not just like can you imagine if Andrew Garfield was like, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of this lizard? Like it doesn't work,
No.
So
That's it.
so I get that, but yeah, I don't I think Kenya probably likes that fight more than I like the fight. Because I think it's just fine. Yeah, not the big fan.
He's like, oh, it's not even better than Toby's. I'm like, oh, Toby's fights weren't all that great in the film. And one thing that always pissed me off, outside of the Goblin one,
yeah,
because apparently just Goblin's just giving everybody the hands. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I didn't like Toby's fights, and I feel like they OP'd him after Goblin because everyone he fought, he's just whooping their ass. But every time they fight, I'm just like, this is getting dumb. Like I feel nothing. Like I said, it was just stylized. I was like, they're all over the place. But his first Goblin fight was the best fight of his films,
sure,
by far. Yeah, I don't know. I just love when superheroes are like literally fighting for their life. Like I'm giving all I fucking have, and it's just straight up.
I get that.
I
That's
know.
just not the feeling that I got from it. Because even at the end, like it frustrates me. I don't think they execute it well enough. Whenever, hey, we just had a full-on conversation about why. Here's why from two other Spider-Men that have gone through this shit, why you shouldn't kill them. Now let's go make these cures. First thing I'm going to do is try to kill them. And it's like, you needed to execute that well. Right. Yeah. Like you needed to execute that better because the first thing he says, he's sitting there going, Ned, MJ, are y'all okay? In like a nice high pitch. They're like, yeah, we're okay. Okay, good. Turn around. I just wanted to kill you myself. Is like immediate. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is this? Like hormone flipping bullshit? Like,
because the motherfuckers in front of him, shit changed.
No, it's not, because if anything, when he's yelling for MJ and Ned, he thinks they possibly just died, and he needs to be screaming in absolute fear. And instead, he's like, "Hey guys, you all right?" It's like,
I just think it's Tom's natural high,
but that's the thing. Voice. Then you hear him go. He immediately turns around and is not that. So I guess he's an actor. So I think that it's an execution problem. There's probably things they shot in between that have been cut. But
That's true. I get that point. Only thing I could just speak on that is just the emotions of it all. Like I said, we all have a plan until we get hit in the fucking mouth. And
Well,
Goblin was his plan. He's like, all right, we're gonna
it's
do this. I was like,
it
whoa,
it's just the
rage.
thing of as soon as we saw Goblin, you know, kill Aunt May, it's the obvious thing to go, oh, this Peter's going to try to kill him later and he's going to have to be stopped because that's the generic thing to do.
Mm.
Let's have a conversation and talk about it anyway, and then let's just do it anyway. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, fucking do something different. You have 3 Spider-Men on camera. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, that's why the movie is really good. It could be 10 times better, and it pisses me the fuck off in a lot of ways because it's not. But it is Sony, and it seems like they are just trying. Like, they're like, hey, we have gold here. Let's try not to fuck it up too much. And they didn't fuck it up too much, but could have been a lot better.
I guess. Let's see. Scream comes out this weekend. I'm very excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to see that movie.
And then Kenya was asking about True Detective. Show's fucking good. Super intrigued to find out where we're going because episode 6 is like shit hits the fan. Like I'm intrigued for sure. I definitely I recommend you watching it just for the performances alone. But
all right.
Yeah, it's really good, and I'm super excited.
Does he
to see
say
what
that at
happens.
all in the show?
No, that is so not his character. Like his character in this one is absolute psychopath trying to do good things, but like he's just weird. Like it's he's really funny in a lot of ways because Woody's like, hey, can you just pretend to be normal? And he's like, what is normal? Like he's like, no one's normal. And he's like, can you please? Like he's like, God damn it. He's like, we're going to dinner with my family. Can you act normal?
That's funny.
So it's yeah.
Well, I watched and I think I've stamped a certified masterpiece for me.
Uh-oh.
It's just so fucking great.
What you got?
Fury. I've been watching it a lot lately. That movie is so
It is
goddamn
a really good
great.
movie. Yeah,
like
it's a great movie.
Holy fuck! And just all the actors, all the way around,
Right.
are brilliant.
Yeah.
The way they don't hold back, how real it is, how again gritty, how they literally show you this, just the trauma of war and being in that shit, how it could literally change you.
Yeah.
And it's just I love that. And David Ayer doesn't get as much credit as he deserves for that because everyone still knocks on him for fucking Suicide Squad, and I think that's his whole entire filmography because he made one movie people fucking hate, and it drives me crazy. Fury is fucking great.
What was the one where Shia got the full chest tat?
Oh, the tax
Wasn't that bad?
collector. I didn't watch it.
See me either. That's the thing.
I don't watch it. Honestly, every movie was great. They just make it seem like
you said he only made one bad one. I'm like,
no, I said
I heard
they put his whole filmography on one bad one that they fucking like.
But no, Fury is definitely one that I use Shy as a great example in that one because
oh god, so
it's
good.
you literally look at
so good
because him and John Bernthal like talk about how Shy is much more apparent, but like Bernthal talked about how the production of that movie fucking changed him. Like he is not as well off as he was mentally. And
because they put him through a lot of real shit. In that movie.
Yeah, they wanted it to be, and I mean, fucking Shy's pulling his teeth out and shit off camera. Like, and they're like, God damn it, man! Like, if at least let us film that shit. So crazy.
It's a lot.
But yeah, no, Fury is a great movie. I don't know about Masterpiece. I need to watch it again. I own it. That's one that I've been trying to get her to watch because she's never seen it.
I say it is for me at least. Like even just music and all. I'm like, Jesus
no,
Christ.
I love it though. Because also, what's the young guy's name?
Logan Lerman.
Oh yeah, that's right. He plays like deer in the headlights.
He plays innocence really well.
Like, because that's what I would be now. Like, hey, you got to go to war. I'd be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. I'm going to die, and like I still got to go out there.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to act. And so he plays that really well. And
Yeah.
and then you get to the scene where like he's kind of connecting with this girl, and what's his face comes up there and is like, let's fuck her.
Fucking
And like,
Berthold,
oh
man.
my God. It's like
He's
like you
such a
talk about blood
dick.
pressure. Yeah, like
Yes.
he's like, I'll
Oh,
fuck her in front of
I
you
ain't
kind of
touching.
thing.
I ain't
Yeah.
touching. Got your
Yeah.
pussy think you a man now? I'm like, oh my God, shut up.
It's
You're ruining
so messed
everything.
up.
It,
And
it is. And that's what I like because it's so real. Like in those
real.
moments, there's no purity. There's no,
No,
you
yeah.
can't get attached. Like, it's like, who the
No,
fuck do you think you are? Like, you got a
I
job.
I don't necessarily know like the true word for this because I, I get a lot of flack because like people around here, like if I'm talking to like an older guy, like or like my boss,
Mm,
I talk about how like I really struggle with being fake. Like I'm like I can't be fake, and people laugh at that like that aren't in our age group because they're like, oh, you're fake. Like they just think it like, and I'm like, no, like I mean it seriously. Like I just don't know how to portray it. Like I am genuine, and if I don't like you, you will know it. And I'm like, I'm real in that way. And they're like, oh, you're real? Like, okay. And I'm like, no, like they just don't get it.
right.
But then I think of a movie that is a masterpiece is Prisoners. And when people say, what
Yes.
makes it a masterpiece for you? And I say, it is so real in the sense of you're
Yeah.
putting two families in an absolutely tragic and horrific situation, and every single decision they make does not leave you going, why would they do that? Like
Yeah.
you're just sitting there going, oh fuck. Like
Like
I
I can't be mad at
understand.
him. Right. I
Yeah,
can't blame
like
him.
please stop, but I get it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like it's fucking real. And Fury
Right.
is another one that you look at the situations going on. John Bernthal, I want to fucking murder him in that movie. And it's
Yeah.
because he is real. He is a traumatized, fucked up soldier who's
Yeah.
got a young kid that doesn't know what war is yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck you up mentally
Oh my
is
God.
literally
I got chills.
so that is
Oh shit.
that it really is I would love to know what that word is that I'm trying to look for that can
Authentic?
um but yes, but like I don't know, like it's just a thing of it's the terrifying realism of a world that's like you can go authentic and still be this like Saving Private Ryan is authentic but fairy tale
Mm.
in a lot of ways, you know what I mean, but then it's like oh no, the real shit is like
Uh, I don't know
which
what
I guess
word
you
you'd
could
use
say
for
that
that.
in terms of Fury, like John Bernthal could have grabbed that girl and just went and raped her in the back. I mean,
Yeah.
that's real because that shit happened. Um, but
Yeah. And
and it's
it's heavy.
horrific and it's terrifying.
Yeah. And even Brad Pitt is fucking amazing in it.
I
Just
know
everyone's so
that's what's nice is he went in there to do it,
yeah.
and I appreciate it for sure.
A lot of shit. Yeah.
Um,
Kenya,
what
watch
is
Fury. Yes.
Watch Fury? If you haven't seen Prisoners, good God Almighty, man, that is
I
a
don't see how you not how much we've talked about Prisoners. You have not went and watched that movie.
yeah, it is.
It's raw.
I'm pretty sure Prisoners is my favorite movie of all time. Like, it's not the
It's
easiest
up there.
watch. It's
It's up
not
there.
fun to watch, but
Oh no, it's
my
emotionally draining like
God,
a
yeah,
motherfucker. Like high intent. Like and that's what I love between the two. Like they're intense movies, but in
yeah,
their own ways. Like they're very intense.
yeah,
They're like Kenya said, raw. Yes. Like Fury is very
sure,
raw. Like from
and
beginning start to
yeah,
end, it's raw and
and I
heavy.
think one thing with Prisoners that terrifies me
Mm.
is realizing how easy it is to become Hugh Jackman in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like you relate. Like in Fury, I don't relate to them. It's the terrifying truth of
But both
possibilities.
films test the limits of a
Um,
man for sure.
no, yeah,
And what they're
definitely.
capable of. Yeah.
But like we all grew up with families and things like that. So like putting yourself in the shoes of man, if I had kids and this happened,
Yeah.
there is no fucking telling what I might do.
And the
And
fucking Riddler over here is dumb as rocks and not helping him at all.
Oh my god. It is
It's, well, it's frustrating.
and also, but can you talk about how you have to also really think about that performance and how that could have been canceled today. If that movie got cast today
Mm,
and they said Paul Dano will be playing a special needs,
yeah.
guy that gets manhandled by Hugh Jackman, and it's like that could
Yeah.
cause uproar. But
Oh, a lot.
it is so authentic and so real, and it's not derogatory against special needs. It's not. It's
Not at
just
all.
true to the um, trauma, that can
Even when they
come.
talk about it, he didn't like there was no disrespectful,
Yeah.
derogatory way in approaching his, situation. Um, but God, it's just so they never cried
See,
until I left. I was like, whoa.
boom. I mean, you want to talk about just fucking like,
Whoa, 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 whoa. What is I was like, oh my God.
and no one else fucking hears it.
Fucking Hugh Jackman in that
He
movie,
said
bro.
it to me.
What? Why are you fighting my fucking dog? I was like, oh my God.
And, oh
Don't
my,
follow me. I was like, oh my God. I
it's
was like,
so
Jesus.
fucking good. Like I
Oh,
just,
Hugh Jackman in that movie. Shut the fuck up for 1 second. I'm
yeah,
sorry. You
yeah.
told me you had the IQ of a 5-year-old. Why did he? I was like, oh,
Like literally, like makes me want to like get teary eyed just like thinking
oh
about
yeah.
that. Like
Every
we need to
time.
do like if we have a
Oh
fucking. This is what
God.
sucks is like this week was a slow ass week.
Right.
We don't know if a bomb of a trailer will drop on Monday or this Tuesday morning. We don't
Mm,
know.
mm.
But like
Ow.
if we can predict a week like this, we need to both watch Prisoners over again and
Oh
just
yeah.
make it the episode. It
I'm with it.
do that for other movies because
I am with it.
Prisoners do y'all
Is it
remember
streaming?
oh man. Last
If
time I
not, pay
heard
for
if
it.
it was on
Okay.
something, it was on Hulu. And I don't know if it still is.
And if it is, 9 times out of 10 is probably edited down. If it's somewhere, I don't want no edited downness.
Definitely not.
Maybe.
So yeah, it is on Hulu, but to be honest, I just recommend buying the fucking thing.
Oh, I'm getting my 4K.
I don't think they have
If they
4K.
have it on 4K,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's a movie that requires it. Maybe you might be right.
Let me see here. Let me just go to voodoo.com.
Why'd you bother my fucking daughter? Oh God.
That movie, like Hugh Jackman, the fact that like he didn't
It's
even get
bro, not even a
nominated.
nomination is criminal.
It's
So criminal.
it's easily his best performance.
Yes,
Then
you
I
can
mean,
pick several moments from that movie to be like, holy shit, this.
yeah,
Holy
correct.
shit, that. This is the Oscar clip. That's the Oscar clip. Like with the car at the fucking the police department going through the photos. And then
Yeah.
when he's first telling him
Oh
at
my
the
god, the
house,
fucking
like,
photos shit, man. Like you
oh
forget
my
eh,
God,
you
that's
forget
hers.
about fucking Desmouchian in that movie.
Yes.
Um
Completely
eh,
fucking weirdo.
just
But
and
yeah,
it's $12.99 on Vudu. I don't know if it's cheaper elsewhere.
probably on
Um
Amazon.
is it
You can get
digital
it
on Amazon
cheaper. Oh, my bad.
or physical? Let's see. I can look that up.
Oh,
If I
I'm
could
sure
get it
it's
if I could get
digital.
it in 4K, I'd do it just for the simple
Yeah,
factor that I
rent or buy
want it.
prisoners. You can rent it for $3 and buy it for
Oh,
$7 on
fucking
Amazon.
do that shit.
Oh, the Tender Bar is out on Amazon. Okay, I'm about to check that out. Yeah, fucking Kenya, fucking watch Prisoners.
Prisoners.
Like, get it together. This is.
I
Oh
mean,
God.
Kenya, you loved Dune, and that is Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve made Prisoners,
Sure is. He
and
sure did.
it is the
Masterfully.
exact opposite of Dune.
Yeah.
You talk about a movie like
Oh shit.
weirdly, Prisoners is a fucking phenomenal example. Bringing it full circle, it's very similar to Friday in the sense of there's like 5 sets and some streets and a
Yeah.
corner store. Like it
There's a
is literally
bathroom, police department, and streets.
uh,
in the house at the beginning. That's it.
Yeah, his apartment complex where the bathroom but it's like 2 houses, police department, a convenience store, and some woods.
Yep.
I mean, like, so talk about cheap, and you can make a movie into Prisoners with that.
Yeah,
And
this
so I
was
just
the Riddler's origin story. Prisoners is what this is. This is what happens when he was young. He was like,
he
this man tortured me once. Now I torture the city with riddles.
that's the movie that as soon as everybody like they said, "Hey, Paul Dano was just cast as the Riddler," everybody was like, "Oh fuck yes, that'll work." Like no
Yes,
one's like, "He'll be terrible." It's like, no, he's gonna motherfucking kill that.
he's gonna kill it. I'm not
And
gonna hold you. The more and more shit they keep releasing about this movie, more and more excited I'm kind of getting.
every time I watch
So
that
it's like,
trailer,
yeah,
that
it's
most recent trailer. People say like, "Oh, it might have showed too much." It's like, yeah, but it sold what the movie is so fucking well. Where like the Riddler is scary, he is ahead of you every step of the way. Like, which we knew that, but like just getting to see it, like I want to see the movie more, which means it did its job.
oh yeah.
Um,
Nah, I bet you, because Kenny says I'm watching both Fury and Prisoners this weekend. How much
There
you
you
want to bet he does not like both of them?
uh,
I guarantee he'll find some shit in there that's ridiculous. I'm like, no, man, it's this, that, and that. I bet you.
okay. I think he'll like them both. I think there's a chance he likes Fury more than Prisoners, which I think
Okay.
is blasphemy, personally. Even though Fury is great, I think Prisoners is truly,
Prisoners is like perfect.
right.
Yeah.
So I could see him because he's such like a manly guy of like, yeah, like he'll be like, oh, Fury though, kind of thing. And I'm gonna be like, really, dude? Like, so we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. I'll be waiting for this verdict because we know how this man is with his takes. So we'll see.
You're not wrong. Which one has more nipples? That would
probably
be Fury.
Fury. Right? Probably Fury.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just can't. All right, y'all. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think so. What if like there's something I want to ask or bring up to you, but I completely forgot at this point.
I do not know.
So it's whatever. Whatever. All right. Anywho, that's going to do it. Thank y'all so much for joining us on this latest episode of the Film Cave, episode 55. It has been fun. Thank y'all so much for joining. If you loved or even liked or even just moderately like, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate it. Or thumbs down the bitch if you hated it. We'll take either. Helps us out either way.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell. Be reminded when our faces pop up and next episodes come up that you can hate or love. Whichever, we're open. Well, thank you so much. Sir Logan, where can the people find you? And when the fuck are we getting DC?
Okay, that's a great question. People can find me right up here, Logan_Swish on Twitter, Logan Swish on YouTube if you're not watching on mine. Yeah, I've got Boba Fett tomorrow. That'll be up on my Patreon. I'm not fucking doing Boba Fett on YouTube anymore. I talk about no fucking views. I mean, nobody's watching this shit. But yeah, and then when it comes to DC stuff, I don't know, man. I got to get to it. That's what this week is going to be tough. I'm hoping I can at least get True Detective in at some point because I'm out of town tomorrow and the next day for this funeral. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I did find something out that's pretty nice that truly, if we ever have a slow week, Prisoners. We can just talk about Prisoners.
Yes, absolutely. I am here for that. And I will
Like,
never not be.
Exactly. I mean, come on. So
I will
good.
never not be. What was that? Oh, did you watch Buried yet?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
God, hurry up with this goddamn True Detective shit. So get this motherfucker out the way.
Sorry.
Go all this other stuff. How long is that fucking season? Like 30 episodes?
No, I think it's 8 or 9, and I just watched 6, so 2 or 3 more.
All right. But you guys can find me Again, if you're watching on my channel, stay on the bottom, or like I said, in the link in the description of Logan's channel. Either way, up top, all my social media. You can find me right there through the handles. So go give a kind little follow. I would greatly appreciate it. But it's your boy Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And as always, we will see you in the cave. Peace.
Better, guys.